Another huge fight that I'm looking forward to on this card is Frankie Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez. So Yair's been winning a lot of really impressive wins. He's getting a lot of impressive wins against some of the guys who are lower ranked in the division. Obviously, BJ Penn was a big name, but at this point, 2017 BJ Penn, I don't even know that he's a top 30 featherweight, but it's still a big name to have on his resume. And in a way, I guess if you're BJ and you want to keep fighting, well, here's what you asked for. But outside of that, he had the win over Andre Fili, he had the win over Alex Caceres. But now he's going to be stepping up and fighting a guy in Frankie Edgar, who arguably is the number 3 guy in the division behind Holloway and Aldo. And again, that matchup between Holloway and Edgar, I think, would be an interesting fight. Granted, Holloway has done pretty well in the past against other guys who, like a Ricardo Lamas, who can wrestle and box, but I feel like Edgar is enough. There's enough of a space between him and Lamas where what we saw in the Lamas fight versus Holloway versus what we would see in an Edgar versus Holloway fight, there could still be a reason to suspect that it'd be a lot different. But that's beside the point. Edgar versus Yair Rodriguez is the fight that's being made right now. For Rodriguez, if he wins this fight, he immediately becomes a part of the title picture. You could potentially say that he even gets a title shot after winning. The title fight in that division right now, Max Holloway versus Jose Aldo, is being booked. I believe it's in June in Brazil. So if Holloway wins that fight, I don't know that you give Aldo an immediate rematch. If Aldo wins that fight, the Edgar fight probably doesn't happen if Edgar wins, but if Yair wins, you'd be hard pressed to say that Frankie Edgar or that Yair Rodriguez doesn't get a title shot at that point. And if he beats Edgar, you really can't say that he's being pushed along too fast, because the win over Edgar shows that he's there right now. As far as what I think is going to happen, though, it's going to be very interesting. So on the feet, Yair is going to be better at range. He's longer than Edgar, and obviously he's got the kicks too. So even just pure boxing, he would kind of have a range advantage on Edgar, but you throw on the kicks, it's also going to help him out a lot. But the problem is that at times in Yair's fights, he'll go for a lot of crazy stuff, but in doing so, he kind of puts himself in a position where he can be countered, whether it's with strikes or with grappling. And you feel like with a guy like Frankie Edgar, he's going to have no problem if Yair throws a crazy kick at him to catch that kick, take him down, and just hold him down for a round. And as good as Yair is at getting up, he likes to throw a lot of attacks, whether he's throwing leg attacks or really going for sweeps. A guy like Frankie Edgar, he's a black belt. He's been working really well off the top. He's had fights in the past, like the one with Charles Oliveira, where you can kind of see him go against a guy who's really aggressive off his back, whether that's, in Oliveira's case, it's more with submissions than it is with just trying to get up or trying to sweep. But you feel like if he does get Yair down, he's probably got what it takes to hold him down. And even on the feet, yes, Yair's probably got a better chance of knocking him out. But Edgar's got good head movement. He's got good footwork. He's not exactly going to be the easiest guy to hit. He can probably land some good counters in this fight anyway on the feet, but I feel like where this fight's going to be decided is that either Yair's going to be his normal self and he's going to go for some crazy stuff. It's going to backfire, and then Frankie's going to use it to take him down. Or Yair's going to fight a little more, I guess, conservative, not take those chances. But then in that case, a conservative Yair is not the best Yair, and the best Yair is going to be what you're going to need to beat a guy like Frankie Edgar. So I feel like either way, Edgar's the safe pick to take in this fight. Yair is a guy where he's so dangerous. He has so many kicks and so many different unique ways to land hard shots that, yeah, sure, there's a possibility that he knocks out Edgar, but I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't bet on it. And if we're talking about betting here, I'm taking Frankie Edgar to win this fight by decision.